Good morning, students. Today we will discuss small topic chemiluminescence. So this is one of the analytical technique and sensitive technique. So chemiluminescence, bioluminescence, and electroluminescence are the types of luminescence in which the excitation of event is caused by the chemical in chemical luminescence, biochemical in bioluminescence, and electrochemical in electrochemical luminescence reactions, and not by the photoillumination. So come to the chemiluminescence. So chemiluminescence is the emission of light when an electron returns from an excited or higher energy level to a lower energy level. So remember when we discuss about flame photometry, when the sunlight sprayed onto the flame, it will excited and will emit the light. Likewise, in chemiluminescence, the emission of light when electron returns from an excited or higher energy level to a lower energy level. So the excitation event is caused by the chemical reaction and involves the oxidation of an organic compounds such as luminol, isoluminol, acridinium esters or luciferin. So by an oxidant like H2O2 hydrogen peroxide and hypochlorite oxygen. So these are the oxidant which oxidizes the organic compounds like luminol, isoluminol and acridinium esters and luciferin. So after oxidation, what happens? The light is emitted from the excited product formed in the oxidation reaction. So these reactions occur in presence of catalysts such as enzymes like ALP, horseradish peroxidase, microperoxidase, metal ions and metal complexes like copper and iron. Next, phthalocyanine complex and hemine. So these are the biocatalysts. So bioluminescence. So here bioluminescence is a special form of chemiluminescence found in biological systems. In bioluminescence, an enzyme or photoprotein increase the efficiency of luminescence reaction. So luciferase and echorine are two examples of these biological catalysts. So applications of chemiluminescence. A result of specific reaction, luminescence light is visually monochromatic. Okay, so that elaborate wavelength selection is not needed in as a luminometer. So like in photometers, we will need a monochromator like filters to get the single beam of light, single wavelength, but in not required in chemiluminescence or luminometers. And these chemiluminescence assays are ultra sensitive, very sensitive, like attomole to geptomole. That is the detection limits, very minute. Also, we can detect and have wide dynamic ranges. So they are now widely used in the automated immunoassays and DNA probe assay systems. So used to measure ATP specific enzymes and their substrate, example like creatinine kinase, creatinine phosphate and triglycerides, and also used for assay of the large number of specific oxidoreductase using NADH and NADPH or both NADH and NADPH. So these are the applications of chemiluminescence. So come to the electrochemiluminescence. So electrochemiluminescence differ from chemiluminescence in that the reactive species that produce the chemiluminescence reactions are electrochemically generated from stable precursors at the surface of an electrode. Here, so excitation event caused by the electrical current. Okay, so a ruthenium tris bipyridyl chelate is the most commonly used in electrochemiluminescence label, and electrochemiluminescence is generated at the electrode via an oxidation reduction type reaction with a tripropylamine. So this chelate is very stable and relatively small and has been used to label haptens or large molecules like proteins and oligonucleotides. Come to the advantages of electrochemiluminescence. So improved by the reagent stability, simple reagent preparation and enhanced sensitivity with its use. So detection limit of 200 femtomoles per liter. So very sensitive and easy to use with a simple reagent preparation. So come to the instrumentation of luminometer, both electrochemiluminescence, bioluminescence and chemiluminescence. So luminometers are instrument used to measure chemiluminescence and electrochemiluminescence. So there are two basic components of luminometer, that is the instrument, are the sample cell which housed in light tight chamber where sample is placed. Okay, so because of luminescence, where is a small light will produce, so due to it will maybe interference with the light which is produced from the light source. That's why the sample cell housed in a light tight chamber. Okay, so the injection system which is used to add reagents like to the sample without the letting in light but achieving adequate and rapid mixing. Next one, the detector usually PMT. So PMT means photomultiplier tube. However, in CCD and X-ray film or photographic film has been used to image chemiluminescence reactions on a membrane or in the wells of microplates, like in we'll use in ELISA and CLIA methods by using chemiluminescence. Next, for electrochemiluminescence, the reaction vessel incorporates an electrode at which electrochemiluminescence is generated. So quality control measures are like fluorometers and luminometers should be calibrated after every 6 months by using certified reference controls. So come to the limitations of chemiluminescence and electroluminescence are, so measurement light leaks, so light piping and high background luminescence from assay reagents and reactions vessels, like example plastic tubes exposed to light are common factor that degrade the analytical performance. Next, the extreme sensitivity of chemiluminescence assay require stringent controls on the purity of reagents and solvents. Like example, like water which is used to prepare the reagent solution, and efficiency capture of light emission from the reaction that produce the flash of light requires an efficient injector that provides adequate mixing when triggering the reagent is added to the reaction vessels. So because of these techniques, very sensitive, detection is sensitive, and also background interference also very high, because so light may enter if there are not any, and the reagents and solvents which are used very high purity we should take. and also efficient injector also you have to provide to provide the adequate mixing when triggering reagent added to the reaction vessels. So next one, chemiluminescent and electroluminescence as have wide linear range, usually several orders of magnitude, but very high intensity of light emission can lead to the pulse pile up in photomultiplex tubes, and this can be led to the serious underestimation of true light emission intensity. So these are the limitations of chemiluminescence. Just you can write 2 exam points. Thank you.